Dee and how disappointing is it not to be able to close this out?
Obviously, it's disappointing. We had a lead, and went on a run, and that's what won the game. So we'll learn from this, and we wish we could get this one, but we just got flushed because we got a game I think Tuesday or Wednesday, so we gotta get that one for sure.
Yeah, what Lo said, we just gotta flush this one and keep moving. This would have been a great win, but you gotta flush it.
For Dom, it seemed like you guys were doing a good job of bleeding clock for a while there while you maintained that 10-point lead. What allowed them to get loose the way they did under the basket there for those 3-point plays?
They're a good team. They made basketball plays. It happens. We're not gonna shut them out. They're not gonna shut us out. They made some good plays, and that's what Division I basketball players do.
For Dee and Dom, once Duke went to the zone, you guys really struggled on offense. Duke went on their big run. Why couldn't you guys figure out the zone? What was going on offensively for you guys?
It's not that we couldn't figure it out. We weren't making shots, and they went on a run. That's part of the game. We make 2 or 3 more shots, we go up 15, 16, then it's a different kind of game. So it's just missing shots. We'll get in the gym, work on it, and just get ready for the next one.
Yes, exactly what Lo said. We missed a lot of open shots. They gave us open shots and we didn't connect on them. So, that's just us. We got to get in the gym of the team and hit open shots.
For D, how's the calf injury coming along? Was that affecting you at all today?
No, I'm 100%.
Dee, I know that you didn't want to see them celebrating on your court. Now that you have seen it, how does that sort of leave you feeling?
We guys got to take care of the rest of the Big East. This is a big game, and we fell short, but we're worried about the Big East, and that's what we have to take care of.
Any other questions for the student athletes? All right, thanks, guys.
Great work, fellas.
We'll start with the opening statement from Coach Lavin, and then we'll take questions.
I thought it was an impressive basketball game from the standpoint of the punching, the counter punching, even though there were stretches where it wasn't a thing of beauty in terms of either team being able to find their rhythm offensively. But I just thought you had 2 teams that were competing at a very high level, and Duke went out, big on us. I think they were up 11. Then we came back, went on an impressive run of our own to outscore them by 15 in that stretch. And then they came back and made their run, and we were not able to answer, their final run. And so in a game of runs, they had the one that was most important, which was in the home stretch. And I think, the biggest difference was they were able to get on the glass late. That was one of the keys for us, was not going to out-rebound them, but I thought we could be competitive on the boards with them in the first half. I think it was like 19-17. I think they were +2 on the boards, but they finished +15, if I'm not mistaken. So in the second half, they out-rebounded us by 13. And some of those were the offensive rebounds. There was a big sequence there on the free throw box out, I think, that led to a 3-point play, old-fashioned 3-point play, and then one. I also thought there was the big 3-pointer out of the corner. I'm not sure if it was Cook. It cut it from 11 to 8, because at that point, when we had the 11-point lead, things were going our way. And then I think Cook hits, as he has so often this season, steps up as one of their leaders and veterans, and made a big shot to get it inside of double digits. I think those are the sequences that I felt were most important. The 3-pointer by Cook out of the corner, and then on that free throw box out play where there's, bodies tangled up and someone goes to the ground, and it ended up, I think, whether it was Plumlee or someone else, Plumlee kept it alive, and someone else got the N1 off to watch the film tonight. But just a high-level game, 2 teams that wanted to win, and Duke made the decisive final run or final blow that we were not able to answer.
Raise your hand if you have a question. We'll get a mic to you.
Steve, how difficult is it to win these type of games with basically with 6 men?
Yeah, well, I'd say, it was looking good, but they're a good team. So I think it's when you play Duke, you know that they're going to have firepower and they're well coached, and you combine good personnel with a good approach, and you're going to have your hands full, and so they were able to win the game. But for us, I thought we just missed some easy looks. We got some good shots that just didn't go in. The ones that were going into the first half didn't go in the second half. And overall, big picture, if you followed our team over these past 3 weeks, you could see we're making progress. And we've lost to Gonzaga, who's going to be a 1 seed. Now Duke, who is likely going to be a 1 seed. I mean, we're playing high level. Villanova, who's probably going to be a 1 seed. I mean, we're looking at 3 of our losses to what will end up being 1 or no lower than 2 seeds, unless there's some unpredictable stumble from a Villanova, Gonzaga, or Duke. So we are improving, and in particular, in that first half, you could see the team is kind of returning to form some in the fashion that we played last year. We went on the run of 8 of 9 or 9 out of 10 wins in league play, when Rashid and Phil and D'Angelo and Dom are all playing in concert well, with Obekba making contributions, and of course Jamal. We're a tough matchup. So, we came up short today, but I think you can also see the sneak preview of a team that could be very dangerous here if we continue to make progress. We're 13-6, probably 2 or no more than 3 games off pace. I'd like to be, 15-4 right now, or obviously 16-3 would be great. Put us in the top 10. But again, when you consider the losses to potential number 1 seeds, Gonzaga, Nova, and Duke, and so we'll learn from this and get better.
Steve, what did you communicate to Coach Krzyzewski when you shook hands at the end?
Just congratulations. And he was gracious as always. Said you outplayed us for most of the game, but they pulled away and closed the game at the most important time of the year, or the most important time of the game. So, but it was really more just congratulating him and saying it was a good game.
Steve, is there a different level of disappointment to this game, just because inherently a win over a team like this speaks volumes more than most games can? I guess the opportunity.
It's interesting. As a coach, it's hard to gauge. I mean, obviously NCAA tournament losses are the ones that, in my career, have hit me the hardest. I'd say DePaul was the low point this year. The overtime loss there. This is different because you understand you're playing a team that is, like we talked about, is at a kind of a 1 seed level, and we're trying to get to that place, and we've still got whatever, 6 or 7 weeks, and I really like this team, and today was just another step in the right direction, but disappointed that we lost, but it's really hard to gauge. I know NCAA tournament losses have been the most, and I'd say if I point to 1 game this year, it would be DePaul. At DePaul, that overtime loss it's a different kind of feeling. I don't know how to really articulate it effectively, but just as a coach, our team, fought their fannies off today and wanted them to get the win so we could, fuel our purposes moving forward. But I'm also aware and mindful of Rashid Jordan continues to improve. Dom continues to put up impressive numbers. We know about Phil and D'Angelo and their consistency, and a great experience for Obekba to go up against, probably the number 1 pick in the NBA draft. And so, there are a number of elements in terms of just growth and progress. Sometimes, you don't get the win, but I feel this is a team that's making progress. Sometimes you win and you feel you're backsliding. You win a couple games and the quality of the play is down, and you actually have a fool's gold or a false sense of security about yourself, and you're actually regressing as a team. I think this team is progressing, and we just went up against a heavyweight, and they threw the final punch, and we weren't able, after a game of punching and counter-punching, they were able to salt the victory away. But we'll learn from it, and I think clearly this is a team moving in the right direction, but as the players said appropriately, we got to get ready for Creighton. And we got to get back into Big East play and accumulate enough wins so we can be in the NCAA tournament. Because our goal ultimately is to get to the NCAA tournament and to make a run and do something special come March. And so this is just another experience. But don't get me wrong, we would have preferred to have won than lost.
Last question, right down here.
Yeah.
Steve, typically when you guys go through a shooting drought like the one that you guys did at
Yeah.
the end, we've generally seen like Harrison
Yeah.
sort of keep you guys moving the
Yeah.
ball by like getting to the free throw line, things like
Sure.
that. Not asking for an excuse, but is he just not ready yet to do that since the injury?
I think there was a bit of a disjointed week for him because of the shoulder injury and the calf strain. But we got some good looks. I think so we had some good looks at the rim, and we had some good looks at mid range, and we had some good looks from the three, and I think it was whether it's the calf or I'm not sure. I thought we had good looks and we missed them. Similar to when we went on our run, Duke had some good looks and they missed them, and that's basketball. When they went from up 11 to down 11, that was a plus 22-point run by St. John's. And so I think they went through a stretch where they were a little bit in the desert and had a drought, and we were offensively very efficient. And then we went into the desert and the drought, and unfortunately, their final push or their final run was the decisive, determination of the game or the outcome of the game.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thank you.